I'm in a garage, but it's not my own. I got a call for a really weird car to come and see about get it going again. And when I found out what type of car it was, I did not walk, I ran. So as you see here, that's a very familiar porthole. There's only one car that had that porthole. It was a Thunderbird. Now, I go, Dennis, you usually work on Chryslers. I mean, you have worked on other stuff, but it's like, well, that's the thing, though. Because when I was told what this had powering it, it literally made me definitely find a way to come down and look at it. Because, yes, it says Thunderbird, but then I went over into here, and it says, oh, 426 HEMI. Lo and behold, there is a 426 HEMI, and it is a 1967 426 HEMI in this. I decoded it. So that is the unique thing about this, and whoever built this car really knew what they were doing, because everything is done very cleanly. From the way the engine's installed, the drivetrain, all the way to using, that Dana rear end. It is absolutely phenomenal. And best of all, this car was in storage for over 30 years. Was obviously climate controlled enough that it didn't disintegrate. The body's actually in decent shape. Everything on the HEMI is actually not bad. It just looks tired because, well, it's been sitting. So we're going to go explore this car a little bit more, because it is absolutely phenomenal. Let's go take a look at the details of this car. This car has a 1967 426 HEMI and a 727 that goes with it, and the Dana rear. So basically, this is a full HEMI drivetrain out of something. I haven't been able to look down at the block to see what it was in, but it is definitely a regular production HEMI. And it still has the two AFBs on it. It was done correctly, where they even put a relocation kit on the for the oil filter. Still has the Thunderbird radiator, which is kind of amazing, but it has the Chrysler thermostat fan on the car. What's really interesting, though, is that most of the engine components are Chrysler. Like, they even went down to having the Chrysler, starting relays, which are there. The wiring harness looks like it was taken out of whatever car this engine came from, but they left the single master cylinder. And I'm unsure if you know where this booster came from. Let me know, because this is really weird. Because it's not mounted as it should be. There's a few washers that are holding this thing, I don't know, straight. And it doesn't look like the Thunderbird washer, and it's not really a Chrysler power brake that I've seen before. I guess it's a Kelsey Hayes. It could be. It's just really, really strange. So we went, and this car has been in storage. Okay, let me get myself some actually in focus here. So this car has been in storage for a very long time, probably about 30 years. The person that owns it, it was in the family before, and he ended up reacquiring the car, which is really, really super cool. And it's been sitting, but it sat in buildings that were not really hammered by outside weather. I pulled all the spark plugs out of the engine, all 8. Every last one of them was coated with oil because the tube seals had started leaking on here. But that's actually a good thing on this car, because inside the cylinders now, that oil flowed back into the engine, has actually kept the pistons from being seized in the bores, which is pretty good, because he wants to at least get the motor rotated and make sure everything is moving before he goes any further to try to start this, because it hasn't started in a very long time. Pulled the cap off. Actually, the points are still nice on here. Everything that was sealed up actually is not rusted or corroded. It's very, very fortunate. Incredible. It's actually almost incredible that none of this has been really messed up. And if you can see here, you know, it has they even took the air cleaner off the 67. They have those are the original AFBs. The two 650s are absolutely set up the way they should be. Everything about this is absolutely amazing. This is a time capsule car. Complete and total time capsule. I am absolutely flabbergasted at just how well stuff got preserved, because it was sitting, not being used, but it was such a low moisture environment that nothing disintegrated while it was sitting there, which is a good thing. There we go. You know, though the car's been sitting, you know, and the engine oil actually is still very clean, which is fascinating. We'll get to why that engine oil is still very clean. The power steering, of course, all drained out. The radiator actually still has stuff that looks like radiator fluid in there, which is kind of impressive. I was shocked, actually. I was expecting to see like gelatinous mess. So there's quite a lot of good fortune in this car. Now, let's go over here. This is where it gets really fascinating. So the Thunderbird, personal luxury car, 50s, it has the Thunderbird seats in there, and it actually has power seats, power windows. They left all that. Now, do you see that? I'm going to show you this really weird thing here. See that console? That is a, let's get a good view. This is actually a Chrysler console that's been cut in half. You can see where they cut the console. But that is also from a 67. They even kept the lights, the little footwell lights, to the console. The car has, and getting in it is very interesting, but the car has a totally custom gauge package with everything in it. I mean, it tells you everything about the engine. It's quite impressive because it has a tach. It also has your oil temperature, oil engine pressure, water temperature, another oil temperature sensor, fuel gauge, and that is the actual miles, 18,855.5, which is quite impressive on this. Now, here's the thing about the engine oil, because shockingly enough, it still has a sticker on the side of the door when the last oil change was done. And here it is. Had some Kendall motor oil put in there, some Superb R registered Kendall motor oil at 18,259 miles, and it was at Sears Truck and Auto. So that sticker's on there. So this car had 600 miles put on it after the oil got changed, and then it was put away for storage. The other things that were done to this car that are kind of unique and very much of the era, because you got to remember, this was probably done early 70s, late 60s. The vinyl top on the removable hardtop. So this is vinyl, like a board grain on there. But it still has the original Ford portholes. This is the original Ford glass in this top. It's quite amazing, especially for the age. This is a oh my God, it's a 70-year-old car. Still wears the Michelin white wall tires from God knows when. And the car was originally white. It looks like it was maybe green for a bit, and now it is this really nice red, like metallic red, that they had in the late 60s. It's truly a weird car, absolute time capsule. So let me know if you've seen a car like this with a HEMI in it, in an old Thunderbird, or any other type of car where they threw a HEMI in it just because I'm just curious about just about that, or if you know how this was done or seen another one done like this, just comment below. That'd be really great. And as always, if you got anything interesting, you enjoyed what I was talking about, hey, hit the like. If you like car stuff, because I obviously like cars, like it. Subscribe if you really like cars, and also hype. Hype's like a big thing for us people on YouTube now. So if you have something, cool to drive or something fun, hey, look at that. There's a Corvette over there. Take it out because you'll make someone's day. It'll probably be your own, and I'll catch you really soon.